What's going on, everybody? So today I wanted to come back to this topic because the other day I put out a video titled "The Secret Greater Rift Tip You Did Not Know," and a lot of people did not know this, right? Because there's such a misconception around loot in the game. People think that Greater Rift 90 is the max loot cap. This is not true. And just to show you all, I was going through the comments. I like to respond to a lot of you guys. By the way, I just want to mention really quick here, I appreciate you all watching the videos and dropping a comment. Whether or not you agree, whether or not you're angry or whatever, all of it helps out the channel. So if you guys are interested, drop a comment here. But you know, someone mentioned, I did not know 90 was the max loot. And then someone here, conflicting info, 90 is the cap, 90 gives you the max legendary drops. If we continue onwards, 90 is the cap for loot. You know, there's, as we continue on, basically everyone, well, I should say it's split like half and half. Half the comments were like, whoa, thanks for the info. And the other half was like, wait a second, 90 is the cap for loot. This is not true. And I want to show you, I'll just show you in game. I showed you in that video, but I'll show you all again because this is pretty important. This is a huge thing that people do not know, apparently, more so than I initially thought, right? I knew a lot of people did not know that, but I didn't realize how much pushback there would be, despite the fact that people, they're just so used to, you know, hearing one thing. So what we'll do is we'll drop into a Greater Rift 90. Now this might require a couple tests because the thing with Greater Rift 90, it is true that you can potentially get the max loot. So there's a 10 to 12 drop amount. You can get 12, but you also can get 10. The other two can be yellows, for example. In 100, you will always get 12 legendaries or set items. So we'll go ahead and run a couple of 90s and we'll run a couple 100s here. The first one, I'll do the full run here for you guys just to see. I'm not like, you know, tripping you out, and then I'll just go ahead and skip ahead so you guys don't have to, you know, watch every single Greater Rift run that I do, just so you guys can get a little bit of, you know, testing going and actually see if there's at any time a Greater Rift 90 drops less than 12, well, bam, you don't have the max loot drop, right? That is literally the point. So I think this is very, very important for people to understand, and I wanted to double down and make a video about it. So if you guys have already seen my video and you guys, you know, already know, okay, yeah, Greater Rift 100 is the max loot drop, then yeah, you don't really have to watch the rest of this one. So I appreciate you stopping by. But for those of you, I wanted to answer this question because it's super important that you all know this, because you may be farming 90 thinking it's the max loot cap, but it's not. It's just, it's not that what it is. So I hope you all, you know, can at least see what I'm talking about here in this video, and I'll do a more specific job of describing what I'm talking about here when we get the Rift Guardian to drop. Okay, because again, a lot of people did not watch the entirety of that video and then perhaps dropped a comment before they even saw me run the Greater Rifts and explained what I meant by this. And again, just to give you guys another explanation of 90, it can have the max loot drop, but it doesn't always have the max loot drop, and that's the important thing. So that's why when I say it's not the max loot, I mean that over the course of time, you are not going to be getting the max loot because there's going to be rifts that have the max loot and there's going to be rifts that do not have the max loot. And that means that you should be running 100 if you're looking for the highest loot potential, right? And again, this matters for anyone that's looking to, you know, get the most amount of legendaries out from their account. Now, what I'll do here is I'm actually going to go ahead and remove my pet, so that let me just remove this. So I have no pet because I have auto salvage on, right? So if I auto salvage, you may not be able to see the yellow items. So right here, let me just go ahead and see this. I'll go ahead and collect all the crafting materials. So we'll click all the crafting materials. We'll get all the diamonds and the dust. Okay, here's what I'm talking about. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Guess what? The other 12 piece is a blue item. Why? Because it has a chance of dropping blue or yellow items on 90. I will run another 90 here just to show you all that potentially you can get all 12 legendaries, but it's not guaranteed. And this is the important thing that I wanted to explain to you all, because a lot of you did not even realize this when we were doing it. Okay, so I will be right back on another 90. So here we are at the Rift Guardian. I do not have my pet active, so I will show you this again. And again, you have a potential chance of getting 12 items, but it's not always the case, as we just saw. And I'll run one more right after this one so you guys can see. But look at this. Let's count it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Granted, the consumable is counted in that legendary drops, but guess what? One of them is that yellow item. And so for those of you that are saying, yeah, you can get 12 legendaries, you can, but it's not the max loot cap at 90 because you can drop these lower rarity items here at 90. And so again, this is to just show you all, this is not the max loot cap. And I'll run another one here just to say once again, but I feel like you guys get the idea, so I'll be right back. All right, so here we are in the third level 90 Greater Rift. You can see in the top right, if we count here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So in this case, we did get 12, but the other two, we dropped a blue item and a yellow item. So we got 11 in each of those. Now the range is 10 to 12, so you can potentially get the max loot, but there's no guarantee. And it looks like I have some things to pick up. So with that being said, I will go ahead and jump into now a few Greater 100s just to show you that every single time in GR 100, it will always be a max amount of 12. Be right back. So here we are on GR 100, as you can see in the top right, and we are going to kill this person. Now, this is where we're going to guarantee get 12 legendaries or sets every single time. We will not get to the lower quality items ever. So I have my pet out because it does not matter. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's 12 in one GR 100. I will test 2 more just to show you all it's going to be 12 every single time. But again, the common misconception that's happening here is that because you get the max quantity of loot in 90, that is the max loot possible. That is not true. In order to get max quantity and quality, you need to bring it up to 100. So that's where that's coming from. And I'm hoping this video gives you guys kind of that perspective, but I will be right back to show you guys 2 more examples here. So here we are on the second GR, and we are going to see what's going on. So obviously we have the pet out, but I don't see anything being salvaged because it's not possible. But let's count our set and legendaries, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 12 total in the drops, and that's what you're going to expect at GR 100. So we'll run one more just to show you all, and I'll be right back. On to round 3 here, and we are just going to kill off this Rift Guardian so that you guys can see what I am talking about for a third time. Here we go, pick up all the items. Oh man, we have 2 blood shards sitting there, guys. I know how much you want to go back for those blood shards, but don't do it. Don't do it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I feel like that kind of illustrates what I'm talking about. Now you're free to run them yourself. I encourage you to do so. Let me know when I'm wrong. But guys, one thing's for certain. 90 is not 12 legendaries every time, guaranteed. You guys saw it in this video, and I think that's the common misconception, is that when you run 90, you're going to get 12 drops, and they're all going to be legendaries. You will get 12 drops, but not all of them are going to be legendary. So that's why it is not the max loot cap. Now, I've not tested things like 94, 96, things like that. I have tried a few other stages, and they have dropped a little bit less, like 92, for example, but I haven't tested every single stage in between 90 and 100. So if you guys know something different in that situation, let me know, because I'm very curious to know. Maybe the loot cap is like, I don't know, 97 or something. But this is what I've found, and this is what portions of the community has also reciprocated, at least when I post my video. But then there's also a large portion of people that think 90 is the max loot cap, and that's not true. So I wanted to give you guys a video just demonstrating some examples of that, and examples of how 90 could drop you lower quality items. And that's pretty important to know, because a lot of people are working under the impression that 90 is 12 legendaries and you're going to get that no questions asked. So here you go. This is the proof. This is what I just showed you all. You're free to test it more so yourself. I know it's RNG in 90 and all that stuff. So you know, you're gonna have to run more runs to be certain, and that's totally fine. But I wanted to just give you guys an example and get the point across. If this was helpful, if you were enlightened by this, if you open up a new brain cell, and it's crazy out there, let me know in the comment section down below. Again, I appreciate all of you that are watching the videos, all of you that are dropping comments, and I wanted to make a follow-up video because this is actually a really important topic, and a lot of people did not truly watch the whole video last time. So if you guys click on this video, it will literally be titled Greater Rift 90 is not the max loot cap, so that way you guys know exactly what you're getting in for. But again, hopefully this was helpful. If it was and you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to sub to the channel, guys, because I will be back with more Diablo 3 content tomorrow and the following day and into D4, which is the exact reason why I'm so hyped about D3 right now. So with that being said, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, but I will see anyone that watches me again for the next one.